Good morning, Miss. We are the 12 ABM 2 and we are Group 2 under Bernice Gala. And I am Nikka Mae Laubeña and this is my member,
Mae Cango, Chean Antenero,
Jemar Garsola,
Pacilan,
Semolava.
Barimbao.
and we are now presenting our research entitled
The Growing Tourism Industry and its Effect to the Traditional Businesses in Silay City.
First, we're going to present our background of the study. The tourism industry has been growing overall. It overseems to continue to grow more rapidly than the economy of the world output of factors, such as population growth, rising incomes, and employment. The shorter work weeks in many parts of the world, and the increasing integration of the world's economies and societies. In traditional businesses, the local store offers its service or products to its local customers. It is a setup where the customer will buy physically in the store. In today's traditional businesses, many types of businesses have been around here in Silay City. For the next part, for the RL, will be presented by Ms. Antenero.
Thank you, Ms. Laubeña. And now I'm going to discuss about the review of related literature. It was stated in Refine 2022 that the idea of people traveling to the other places, domestically or abroad, for pleasure, social, or business objective is connected to the tourism industry, also known as travel industry. The concept of tourism is widely accepted in many cultures. It is typically nations who promote this notion as well, with tourism leading to an increase in tourists and money spent on small, local, and traditional businesses. As for the next topic, it will be discussed by Ms. Pacilan. And for the SOP, or Statement of the Problem, this study focuses on the expanding tourism industry and how the traditional businesses owners will be affected by it. Specifically, it aims to answer the following question. First is, what is the profile of the respondents in terms of age, monthly income, length of service, and types of business they had? Second, what are the impact of growing tourism to the traditional businesses in terms of economic growth, income, employment opportunity? Third, is there a significant adverse and positive income in having a traditional businesses? And for the next part, Ms. Semolava will tackle the scope and limitation.
Thank you, Ms. Pacilan. So the scope and limitation of this study will focus only on identifying the effect of growing tourism on the traditional businesses in Silay City, Negros Occidental. The 30 individuals in Silay City who own traditional businesses are the respondents of the study. The respondents will get a researcher-made questionnaire and be grouped based on their age, monthly income, length of service, and type of their business. The finding of the study will serve as the baseline data and for identifying the impact of growing tourism on the traditional businesses in Silay City. The next slide will be tackled by Ms. Laubeña.
For the significance of the study, the result of the study can provide the important and meaningful information which can be significant to the following. First, the traditional business owners. The result of the study will benefit the business owner by identifying the effect of the growing tourism to their businesses, and if there's any progress in their income while the tourism is rising in such a place. Second is the customer. They can use this as a reference when they proceed to a local store. If the businesses have a good services and excellent quality in product, they will also benefit from this study. To sense that the traditional businesses will continue to enhance as well as a satisfactory performance will be the customer get from the services. Third is the tourism industry. This study will use to study the flow of customers, determine number of employees, enhance maintenance that are used in the local store, capable of expanding the traditional businesses in such a place. And lastly, the future researcher. They can utilize the finding as a foundation for the further research and related literature about the effect of the growing tourism industry on the traditional businesses and make the improvements to the analysis. For the next, the theoretical framework will be presented by Ms. Cango.
Thank you, Ms. Laubeña. Theoretical framework. The theoretical underpinning of the study is the theoretical development of the system of tourism, which was developed in 2001 by the Brazilian professor Mario Carlos Vale. According to his theory, the tourism system is an open system that can influence and be influenced by other systems which can interact. In correspondence to the study, Vale's theoretical development of the system of tourism is essential in this research because it allows us to identify the effect of the growing tourism to the traditional businesses in Silay City. The conceptual framework will be discussed by Ms. Jemar Garsola.
Thank you, Ms. Cango. For the conceptual framework, the input-process-output model is used in describing the conceptual framework of the study. It includes all the information required of the study. It shows the procedure for determining the impact of growing tourism on traditional businesses in Silay City. For input, it consists of the respondent's age, monthly income, length of service, and lastly, the type of business. For the process, quantitative research will be conducted and provide 30 copies of survey questionnaires with self-made questions. And for output, it consists of the action taken after interpreting the result of the study. The study will examine the growing tourism industry and its effect to traditional businesses in Silay City. And now we're going to proceed for the chapter 2. In this chapter, we will present the research design, research locale, respondents of the study, research instruments, data gathering procedure, and ethical consideration data will be used in this study. Research design. The quantitative research design, using the descriptive comparative approach, was employed in this study to determine the effects of the growing tourism industry to the traditional businesses in Silay City. The questionnaire was used by the researchers as a data collection instrument for the respondents. This method was selected because it collected data faster than any method. Likewise, it will be used to determine the significance difference of every business that running either in traditional way or in a modern way. The researchers specifically utilized the quantitative research design because, as a formal, objective, and systematic process that allows numerical data to present information. Research locale will be discussed by Mr. Barimbao.
Thank you, Ms. Cango. In research locale, this study was conducted in Silay City, which is located in Negros Occidental Province. This rising tourism industry has a major impact on the local businesses here in Silay City, both negative and positive. For the respondents of the study are business owners who can traditional enterprises in Silay City. At least 30 business owners are in this study are for the researcher to collect enough accurate pieces of information. For the next slide, it will be discussed by Pacilan.
Thank you, Mr. Barimbao. And for the research instrument, in this study, a questionnaire will be used by the researchers. The researcher will use a survey questionnaire that gathers the data from respondents in order to collect the precise information they require. In the survey questionnaire, we will utilize the Likert scaling method developed by Rensis Likert to indicate the respondent's level of agreement with the statement. According to the article Question Flow 2022, a Likert scale is an unidimensional scale that researchers use to collect respondents' attitudes and opinions. A 5-point rating scale will be used to qualify the responses of the respondents as follows. 5 is strongly agree, 4 is agree, 3 neutral, 2 disagree, and 1 is strongly disagree. And for the next part, it will be discussed by Ms. Garsola.
Thank you, Ms. Pacilan. For data gathering procedure, the data were gathered through survey questionnaires prepared by researchers beforehand. The researchers prepared 30 copies of self-made questionnaires based on the specific questions stated in the statement of the problem. The researcher want to determine the impact of growing tourism to traditional businesses. Moreover, attached to the questionnaires were the free and prior informed consent from each distributed to each of the owners. The researcher collect the data by means of survey questionnaires that comprises their age, length of business, monthly income, and the type of business. And for the data analysis procedure will be discussed by Ms. Semolava.
Thank you, Ms. Garsola. So for our data analysis procedure, in problem number 1, frequency will be used to determine the profile of the business owners that have been selected in Silay City in terms of their age, monthly income, length of service, and type of business. In problem number 2, it aims to determine the effect of growing tourism to the traditional businesses. In problem number 3, it aims to determine that there is a significant difference in adverse and positive income of the growing tourism on the traditional businesses in Silay City, with a scale of verbal interpretation, strongly agree, agree, neutral, disagree, and strongly disagree. For the ethical consideration will be discussed by Ms. Cango.
Thank you, Ms. Semolava. For the ethical consideration, in view of the nature of quantitative studies, the interaction between the researchers and the participants, and the things that they talk will bear a challenge on the researcher. Provision of ethical guidelines should be taken into account while carrying out qualitative research for the participants' anonymity, confidentiality, and informed consent. Research participants should be not subject to harm in any ways whatsoever. Ethical is considered in business research, which researchers gather information to their study and will apply to their respondents. However, other ethical considerations include some confidentiality with the information by asking permission from the respondents due to the respect. The form includes information regarding the motive of the research and in what the participants contain. And that summarizes our chapter 1 and 2. That's all. Thank you.